What's up, guys? It's the Mega 301 here with another Smash Bracket reaction. Today we're reacting to Red vs. Ness, the next episode, and oh boy, I'm excited for this one. Today I'm joined by two of my really good friends, Zombie, Warlord, and Wilding. Zombie's currently muted right now, so it's just me and Wilding for now, but Zombie is here in spirit. But yeah, Wilding, you want to say something?
Oh, fuck, my headphone unplugged, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Off to a great start already.
Hold up.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this episode. It's gonna be really good. You might have noticed this episode is coming out a few days later after the original video already dropped. That is because I was currently away when the video actually came out and unable to record. But now I'm back home and I'm ready to react to this thing. So without further ado, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What Zombie? Give me a clapping sound effect if you're ready.
I don't need to. I can say yes now.
All right, bet. Let's go.
Who would win in a fight between Red from Pokemon and Ness from Earthbound? I'm Ink and this is Smash Bracket, the show where we put every playable character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate into a giant animated tournament to determine who's canonically the strongest. And with that said, let's get right into things with our first fighter for today, Red. There comes a time in
So I personally think Red should have this depending on what he's given, but we'll have to see.
Hot dang, I wish I was a Pokemon
Yeah,
trainer.
it depends.
For me, it started around second.
Like if he has
When I wrote
Mewtwo,
to
it should
the
just be game
President of the
set.
United States,
I'm going
asking him to
with
make
Ness.
Pokemon
No,
real to
Ness
achieve
is
world peace.
Yeah, Earthbound is
True
cracked.
story, for whatever reason, it didn't pan out. But for our hero today, Red, it all began at the young age of 13 in a small place called Palatown. A place so small, you have to wonder how it functions with a population of only 10 people. Growing up, Red's favorite pastime was playing with his best friend, Blue. But as time went on, Blue decided that he was too good for the other 9 people in Palatown and began to bully Red. This left Red in desperate need of a new friend, and that's when he stumbled into the wonderful world of Pokemon training. Some stories say that Red's journey began with a Poliwag named Polly, who saved Red from drowning as a child and became his closest partner. But most telling of Red's story takes us to the lab of the local Pokemon professor, Professor Oak, who offered both Red and Blue the choice of their very own starting Pokemon, Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur. And no matter what Red chose, Blue was always right there to counterpick him with the best option and try to beat him. And embarrassingly enough, lose. Sucks to suck. But this sparked a fierce rivalry between the two. Red set off to prove to Blue and to himself that he was someone worthy of the title Pokemon Master. He traveled to the Kanto region.
That was Ash Ketchum who wanted to be a Pokemon Master.
Faced down every gym leader in the country.
Red just wanted to be the
Only
champion.
To discover that Blue was doing the exact same thing and was always one step ahead of him, wiping out the gym leaders.
Blue's
right
really in Burr's shadow.
And let me tell you,
Yeah.
these gym leaders were no pushovers. They were the highest ranking Pokemon Masters with the explicit purpose of testing the merits of trainers to find the best of the best. These were battles that some trainers spent years practicing for, but Red and Blue cleared through them in a matter of weeks as preteen boys. These
Speedrunners be like
the best trainers around and found that they had a level of command over their
Observe.
almost unrivaled. Eventually, Red grew so talented that he was given a shot at challenging the Elite Four, a task force of the 4 best Pokemon trainers in the entire region. If he beat them, Red would get a chance to battle the Pokemon champion and officially become the best that there ever was. And in order to overcome this challenge, Red was going to need some help. So he set out to catch every single Pokemon in the region.
Let's see what he's given.
In the Kanto region, Red was able to catch all 151 Pokemon. And shortly after that, he ventured to catch Pokemon from other regions, eventually bringing his total to 386 Pokemon. But despite this huge selection, he typically only battles with a core team of 6. Some of his staple Pokemon, and the ones that we're using today, are Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, Snorlax, Lapras, and Espeon.
Okay, so his no Pikachu kind of cringe.
You can think of.
Though to be fair, I guess Pikachu already is a combatant in Smash Bracket.
In combat, it's moved so fast that reigns come to a complete standstill, which would require Charizard to be moving nearly 1.5 times the speed of sound. And this speed helps it make full use of its power. Now, I could talk about how its flames are hot enough to melt stone and strong enough to shake an entire island, but my favorite display of Charizard's strength is here, where it knocks out a Pidgey in a single attack, literally just by breathing. What a legend. With a strong bond to its trainer and a Mega Stone, Charizard can Mega Evolve to rocket its stats to an all-time high, and look extra cool while doing it. And if it needs some extra help, it can activate Beat Up, which brings all 6 of Red's Pokemon into battle for one massive attack. Getting to the next Pokemon, Venusaur serves as a major source of utility for the team. While it's strong enough to slice through solid stone, its true threat comes from the dangerous status effects that it has. Whether that's debuffing its target stats,
the status effects in Pokemon episodes have been like game changers. Do not underestimate them.
Giant sun laser from its back.
Yeah, I feel like in a Pokemon battle, status abilities
moves like Toxic are absolutely cracked in Smash Bracket.
Perfect mix of
like Match and Sleep Powder
able
too.
to use its sturdiness to function as somewhat of a ranged brawler. While it has access to moves that can increase its defense and attack power, its favorite method of attacking is shooting out jets of water and ice, capable of tearing holes through a cliffside like this. Oh, also, it can fly. Just wanted to throw that out there. But now let's talk about the team's tank.
Yeah,
Snorlax
apparently
is able to mix its durability and attack power with its sheer girth to become a great frontline attacker. Like a walking yo mama joke, Snorlax is so hefty that he shakes an entire city just by jumping on the ground. But while he may be heavy, he's no slowpoke. Snorlax was once able to outspeed a moving bullet train, running over 100 miles per hour to jump in front of it and take the full brunt. And when this is mixed with a huge range of moves that you just
Pokemon manga be like
Snorlax to have by looking at it, Snorlax more than earns its place as a mainstay on Red's team. Much like the next teammate, Lapras. While Lapras doesn't have many direct beats that we can look at, we can get a look at its signature ice attack.
Perish Song. Perish Song is going to be a game. That's going to be like an instant win card.
Allow it to be a powerful foe from a distance, maintaining solid control of the battlefield.
We'll have to see Ness first. We'll have to see Ness first, but so far Ness is looking done.
Now let's talk about the final.
I don't want to call it, but Pokemon are cracked.
Compared to the other Pokemon, Espeon is somewhat of a wild card, possessing powerful abilities that you wouldn't find in
Magic Bounce. I forgot about Magic Bounce.
Oh my god.
In the air, allowing it a kind of blind sense to predict its enemy's thoughts and movements, which it can also use to predict the weather. That's nice. Espeon also has the hidden ability,
minds
Magic
in the future,
Bounce, which can reflect status effects back on the attacker, protecting it from otherwise debilitating debuffs, while also getting a healthy dose of revenge. This layer of protection gives it full reign to go all out with psychic attacks, while keeping their opponent on their toes. Take the move Trick Room, for example, which allows a slower opponent to attack before their otherwise faster enemy, or Power Swap, which allows Espeon to swap attack power with a stronger opponent. A well-trained Espeon is perfectly poised for a battle strategy that disorients its opponents through trickery. It can confuse them and then use that advantage to launch attacks against their weaker foe, whether that's psychic lasers or playing cards that get stronger with each hit. Espeon's unpredictable nature makes it a truly lethal threat to any opponent. These 6 Pokemon come together to form a dangerous team of highly skilled fighters, but they're more than just enslaved animals to Red. To Red, his Pokemon are his family. He has an undying love for all Pokemon, but especially his own team. He would do whatever it takes to keep them safe.
I don't see Ness overcoming like the full-on onslaught.
To stop harm from coming to
because he even has like hacks. He has fucking Magic Bounce.
Their bond is so strong that Red doesn't even need to speak.
It's going to be nuts.
Instead, they're able to sense his thoughts and emotions so well that he can expertly command his entire team without saying a single word. And I do mean expertly command. When things get dire, he's been known to call out and command all 6 of his Pokemon at once with little issue. Red led his team to defeat the Elite Four, and eventually came face to face once more with his longtime rival, Blue, who got to be the Pokemon champion for like 5 minutes. That's rough, buddy. But Red ultimately came out on top and overtook Blue for the title of Pokemon Champion. He had finally done it. He caught them all and became the very best like no one ever was. But in the wake of his victory, Red found reaching his goal to be bittersweet. He'd become the best of the best, but that meant that there was no one left to really challenge him. When you're the best,
until Gold
you never
came and beat his ass.
battle. So after cementing himself as the true champion, Red climbed to the top of Mount Silver, a reclusive, snowy mountaintop, where he and his Pokemon waited in silence for an opponent skilled enough to truly give them a challenge. Sometimes the greatest adventure that we can
Alright,
isn't
here we go.
Let's
Let's see what Ness has to offer.
And becoming an all-powerful warrior.
He has to have some god-like attacks.
Yeah, this is Earthbound. This is going to get nutty.
The greatest adventure that we can have is in our very own backyard.
This is my pick
Such
right
is
here.
the case for
Alright.
Ness. All things considered, Ness was a pretty average teenage boy. He loved baseball, his favorite thing in the entire world was rockin', and he always wore his signature t-shirt and shorts no matter the weather. Ness lived in a country called Eagle Land, on the northern outskirts of a small city called Onett. There, he lived with his mother and his sister and the family dog, eating home-cooked steak and relaxing with his friend, Porky. Ness lived a peaceful, happy, uneventful life. Until a meteorite slammed into the earth next to his house, Ness jolted awake and went to go investigate the site with Porky, only to find out that this was no ordinary meteor. It contained an elite, time-traveling insect warrior named Buzz, who warned Ness of an incoming universal cosmic destroyer, Gygus. But before Buzz could relay all of the details, he was murdered by Porky's mom, who just thought he was an ordinary bug. Talk about a buzzkill, am I right? I'm here all day, folks.
Why are you the way that you are?
But with his dying breath, Buzz left Ness with the following thought. Ancient legends told of 4 children who banded together to defeat Gygus. They must unite, multiply their power with the earth itself, and remember that their true power is wisdom, courage, and friendship. So to start off, Ness needed to seek out 8 special locations called sanctuaries to unify his heart and lead him to victory. Now remember, despite this lofty prophecy,
this is going to get weird.
Ness was still just a young teenager from a small family in a small town. The only thing he destroyed is a piece of steak at dinner time. This all came out of nowhere for him, but despite his lack of training and despite his experience, Ness knew that people were counting on him, the world was counting on him, so he took the only weapon that he had, an old, cracked baseball bat, and set off to save the universe. He started off in his hometown by single-handedly clearing out an entire gang of criminals called the Sharks. He fought through their ranks and faced off against their leader, and also completely demolished a tank to get to the first location of his sanctuary. This was like 10 minutes after he left. What was his mom feeding him? Anyway, when he got there, he fought a giant magical ant, as one does, and claimed the first of his 8 sanctuaries. And it wouldn't be long before he got the remaining 7. But to find them, Ness had to team up with new friends. By using telepathy, a young psychic named Paula was the first to find him, and she was shortly followed by a geeky bedwetter with rocket launchers named Jeff, and a mystical prince named Pooh. Together they adventured to increase their power in hopes of somehow stopping Gygus. But as they grew stronger, Ness awoke to a powerful magical ability called Psi. Interestingly enough, most of the spells that he's most commonly associated with due to his appearance in Super Smash Bros. Aren't actually spells that he can do. But Ness still has a variety of powers at his disposal. Life Up can heal him back from damage that he's taken, and Healing can heal his status effects during a battle. In the official Earthbound novelization, this took the form of an ability called Psycho Healing, which automatically healed Ness back from the brink of death, mending his bones and filling him with the energy to continue fighting. What's better than
but that's also like full restores and revives as well, so...
Shield reduces damage taken by 50% and turns the remainder back on the attack.
I don't
He also
think he
has some limited
anything on
utility
red.
by being able to teleport to a location of his choice, providing that he can build up enough speed. But none of these are quite as useful in battle as his offensive spells. Hypnosis and Paralysis do what they sound like, but
Magic
things start
Bounce.
to get more
Yeah,
interesting.
Magic Bounce.
Psi
Magic
Flash.
Bounce is
This ability generates
absolutely
rays of
denies
light
us.
that can wipe out hordes of enemy in a single go with some strange effects. The most notable is a 40% chance to instantly destroy anything it touches. Holy crap!
Air
But
song.
there's
That
also
might be a
35%
problem.
chance of causing an enemy to cry so uncontrollably that they're effectively blind. And a 10% chance of causing the target to feel strange, making them attack themselves and their allies instead of Ness. Just a single use of this attack is
Confusion.
absolutely devastating, and a serious risk to any enemy nearby. His strongest attack, though, has to be Psi Rockin', which in the book he describes as a rockin' 150-mile-per-hour fastball that represents the ultimate manifestation.
150 mile per
We'll
hour?
get into this
That's
attack more in a
slow
minute, but for now,
for
just keep
Red.
it at the
Yeah,
back of your
that
mind.
is not
All of these
slow.
abilities filled
Snorlax
Ness
moved
with the
2
power
times
and
as
confidence
fast.
to become
Yeah.
a force for good in the world. He fought through all sorts of evil beasts
And
and
Charizard
weird
moves at
beasts
supersonic
and coffee
speeds.
beasts.
Exactly.
Okay, Earthbound
There's
is
nothing on it.
Earthbound. But there's also a certain charm that comes with this weirdness, and it's part of what makes it so memorable. And the same quirkiness extends to Ness's arsenal too. He can negate otherwise lethal attacks with his trusty teddy bear, pull out a sock so dirty that it induces violent vomiting, or shines his teeth with a toothbrush so that his glorious teeth can paralyze an enemy. Not all of his
So
items
Toon
are weird and
Force.
quirky though. He upgraded from his old worn baseball bat to a legendary bat that amped up his strength and guts, allowing a greater chance for a powerful smash attack that does double damage. He also has a bag of Dragonite that holds a powder that can transform him into a dragon for a single powerful
Dragonite?
attack. And the Franklin badge, which can
I don't
turn
know.
lightning
Bag
back
of
on the attack.
Dragonite?
This badge is actually worthy of note though, not only for its presence throughout the franchise, but also for where Ness obtained it. Ness received the badge before a battle with the leader of an evil cult who uses lightning-based attacks. While in gameplay, we can't see the full extent of what this looks like, we can see it on display in the Earthbound manga. Ness uses a burst of speed to leap in front of the lightning bolt and manually deflect it with his badge. Given that these are still panels,
like a
it's hard to
magic-
measure the
Oh,
speed
no.
of the lightning. So a conservative approach would be to compare it to real-life Tesla coils, which produces electricity that looks fairly similar to what we see here. This means that to intercept the electricity, Ness would have to be moving nearly 1.3 times the speed of sound.
Okay.
Notice that Ness
Okay.
was also notable for another
Wait, but
reason.
Trick
He
Room.
was being
Yeah, Trick
possessed
Room,
and
Trick Room.
influenced by
Trick
an
Room,
evil figurine
yeah.
called the Manny Manny statue, a relic that corrupted an individual by showing their true power without any modification on its part. Rather than lying to them, it uses the allure of legitimate power to corrupt its targets to serve it. So, why does this matter? To answer that, it's time to get into the true extent of Ness's power. It's time that we come back to PK Rockin'. After obtaining all 8 melodies and visiting every sanctuary, Ness awoke in a new dream reality called Magicant. This realm within his mind allowed him to revisit memories that he made across his journey. And upon seeing these memories, both good and bad, Ness was able to accept and integrate every aspect of himself. And after this journey of self-reflection, Ness unlocked his true power, gaining a massive stat boost. While he was powerful before, it was nothing compared to his power after. Eventually, he was able to take hits from Gygus himself. And while this was a clear increase in Ness's power, there's no clear indication of the kind of power that Gygus was putting out, nor what Ness's true power looks like here. But luckily, we can turn to the Earthbound novelization once more for some clarification of what this might look like. The statue puts Ness in a parallel dimension, where he's able to demonstrate his full, unbridled power. He yells and lets out a massive bang. This power causes the sun to explode and the earth to tremble.
What?
Oh,
The sky
fuck.
shatters and a vortex of blood shoots out of
Yep,
the
there's the
earth
Earthbound
next to him.
fuckery.
Thunder rings out through
I'm
the air
sorry.
and the atmosphere itself boils like a witch's cauldron. Lightning strikes down on the earth, destroying a schoolhouse. Classrooms crumble as the students get dismembered by bursts of wind.
What
People
the
have their bodies severed, or they explode, or they're cut up like
What
radishes
in the
all
world?
bunches.
I knew
So-
America's school
Yeah.
shootings were bad, but
Woo! That gives us a better picture of the kind of
What
output
the-
that Ness achieves after Magicant when he fully lets loose. Talk about tonal whiplash. This is the same guy that was just battling Mad Duck. And this is all the more dangerous when considering Ness's fighting skills. After much experience, he got to a point where his body would move itself out of pure combat instinct,
bro's
rather than needing to
destroying the
cognitively
earth
think about
from
and consider
fighting a
what's happening.
slipper.
This allowed him to automatically beat enemies in the most effective way possible. And this skill activates whenever Ness fights an opponent, even if he tries not to fight them. It's a pure mastery of combat that extends beyond his control. But even with all of this new power and skill, it was barely enough to scratch Gygus. Ness was letting off full power attacks, but Gygus just laughed them off and sent them right back to Ness, causing massive damage. But at this lowest point, when Ness was taking hits from a galactic destroyer, BuzzBud's words returned to his mind. Rely on wisdom, courage, and friendship. So the team began to pray, pleading with their friends for positive thoughts to energize Ness and his crew. Until, in one final burst of power, Ness landed a grand slam of a final blow, erasing Gygus from existence once and for all. Now, I know that took some pretty wild twists and turns, starting from a bee warrior sending a kid off to collect music, or fighting cups of coffee with a toothbrush and then saving the universe, but this is part of what makes Ness and Earthbound so special to so many people. At the end of the day, he isn't some power-seeking warrior. He's just a kid who was totally out of his league, but still wanted to do the right thing and protect his friends and his world at all costs. And sure enough, after the adventure concluded, he didn't go on to bigger and better things. He helped his friends get home, returned to Onett to tell his mom of his adventures, and ate a good old steak dinner, knowing that thanks to him, the world was just a bit safer. With all of that out of the way, our combatants are set. But before we get into the fight, I want to ask you to help out the channel. If you like what
Okay, so how are we
Okay.
feeling, boys?
So I was pretty confident in Red until I heard about the sun exploding and
The
and
world
wind
ending.
tearing people. Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah,
consider power swap.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm team. He's saying, you guys think there's like all 6 of them. You don't think his buddies are probably also going to back him in this fight?
He's not going to be there. They're not going to be there.
You don't know that.
I don't think they're gonna be there.
It's not a team battle. The difference is
In his Smash Ultimate, it literally like Paula and Pooh are like the 2 people with him as well doing the final Smash attack.
okay.
But
That will have them.
they would have power skilled his friends then, but he didn't.
Okay,
I think
the thing is, while they may be there for animation purposes, animations like these do, like the fight channels like these do look at how they would win on their own. Like outside assistance isn't help, but like in Red's case, like it's his. It's basically like if it was his summons or something. Like obviously for like for like say Ben 10, obviously you'd have Ben 10 use his aliens. That's just how he would fight.
Yeah. So
Or like if like Yu-Gi-Oh, he'd use his cards. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I think we're relying too much on ESPEON for everything.
But but consider.
I mean, but just consider the sun exploding.
But he also gave
thunder on
literally
the Earth.
nothing He also literally gave nothing like in terms of resistances. He has that one full heal, but that's it. And there's still stuff like Perish Song as well.
Yeah, but he has
I don't
his
know.
instant destroy punch
40%, yeah.
Yeah, that is
instant
true.
destroy
Okay.
punch.
Okay.
Which I'd reckon is more powerful than Perish Song because your teammates could hear Perish Song.
And also, doesn't it also make them sob uncontrolled? Like it's basically you basically nullify one of his mons.
And also one of his is attacking your own teammates. So like Charizard could just start boxing, his own squad.
Or he could use power swap on one of his own Pokemon, like completely.
I feel like
I'm Team Ness. Even without
it
them,
depends
I'm
how hard Espeon can carry.
You know what? I'm sticking with Pokemon. I'm sticking with Pokemon on this.
I'm Team Earthbound on this.
What do I go with now? Now I'm in the middle.
I mean, you could just say rooting Red, betting Ness. That is an option. Is something like too.
I think I'm gonna go with Pokemon just because hopefully Espeon doesn't if Espeon does a lot. I think Pokemon.
All right. Let's see this. Let's see it then.
Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, that's cool. It's opening. Alright. I can't wait to see this animation. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah. Oh.
That boy I saw should be just ahead. Once he sees how strong you are, he'll have to lead us to that wish spirit. Right? Ness, I know that Pooh can pull through this, but my magic... It's not... Just... I'm really counting on you.
Already, it's so good.
This is such a good animation. Uh-oh. Oh, he's drawn!
This track already slaps!
Oh my god. Oh, they're both drawn now. Espeon's on the standby. Come on, Espeon. Yeah, he's on the standby. Espeon
There's my 3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go! Oh, okay, Espeon has the hands. Oh? My god! Oh! Oh! Bro, put him in a genjutsu! Where's him in genjutsu? Oh my god, no way. That's so tough.
But it's a great animation.
It is a great animation.
Don't tell me it's just word.
Oh my god, Espeon, fight back!
Dang, look at that.
Fight
That
back!
was one.
Espeon, you're supposed to be the hard carry. Why are you boxing?
It ain't over.
Espeon, why are you boxing? Why? This is Charmander's job. I mean Charizard.
Hey yo, he trying to score with Red himself!
Oh. Oh.
Wow, we got Sumo. Oh, we got. Oh, the whole squad's getting. They're getting their get back.
Oh, we forgot about the weather as well.
Oh yeah. He's getting his get back. Oh wow, the teamwork. Oh my god. Oh wow. Parasol? Wow.
Oh, so Charizard's not his last pick. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, he has the revives. He has the revives in his hand. I saw them.
Oh, you can transform dragon versus dragon. Oh! Mega evolution. That's an effective way to dodge.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, here comes gang.
Belladrum?
Here comes Espeon. Espeon, trick room it up. Trick room.
It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet.
Hey, gang bully real time.
I was rumbling that one. Oh my god. This is like the main character squad killing the main villain.
On Avengers v Thanos.
He has the full heal still.
Yeah, he can
Oh,
see you. Oh my god. Oh, he has holy shit!
Holy shit!
Oh my god! Bro has hands!
Oh. Red, sir, dodge!
Oh?
99.
Oh.
It's time for Bro's get back! It's time for Bro's get back!
Charizard out for blood!
Bro wants revenge. Oh my size! That wasn't seismic talk, that was universal toss! Bro's angry!
Oh! Wait.
Off the top ropes! Off the top ropes!
Please, we need you.
Oh my god, yeah.
This just keeps going back and forth. This is so cool.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Well, you know, it was a damn good battle.
Oh my god. No. Oh, friendship at the
All
end.
right, so
Yeah.
straight up, this might be a serious contender for one of my favorite
Yeah.
sprite animations.
Yeah.
Each
That was
animator did
badass
an
as
incredible
hell.
job, and I'm so thankful for everyone's help on
Yeah.
the team. From animators to researchers
I
to
was so
writers.
confident.
But now let's break down
Espeon
that
did
result.
nothing.
I think establishing where each fighter landed
All right.
with stats
Let's
is
just
a
see.
good
Let's
start.
just see what he has to
And
say.
for the sake of simplicity
Okay.
here, we're going to treat Red's
Off the
entire
top
team as
ropes
one
there.
stat block.
Yeah.
For attack power, this was a no contest win for Ness.
Yeah.
I could get into specific
Yeah.
numbers here, but one person's blowing through a mountainside, and the other character is exploding the sun and boiling the atmosphere. This gets to a point where numbers are unnecessary. Likewise, he was able to withstand these same attacks being turned back against him. This power and durability was going to shoot way past anything that Red has ever endured. Where Red's team did have an advantage, though, was speed. Red's Pokemon have so many different ways to slow Ness down while boosting their own speed by a factor of 4, and with minimal setup, this would be almost no issue for them to take the speed advantage. That said, this starts to get more complicated with our next category, skill. There is no denying that Red is a master at what he does, maybe the best that there ever was. And even when he was a kid, he was able to outplay adults who had trained their whole life. Red especially had an advantage with his team's ability to coordinate and work together. But that said, it's just not a match for somebody whose body is moving all on its own through pure instinct to masterfully maneuver through whatever combat he goes through, even if it's through hordes of enemies. Ness takes nearly every stat here, but it's not like there was nothing Red's team could do, and surprisingly, the biggest threat of all was ESPEON.
Yeah, exactly.
If we say that its
Yeah.
magic bounce should be able to work on Ness's PK Flash, then there was a chance that Ness would accidentally take himself out of the match early on. ESPEON could also use Power Swap to temporarily gain Ness's attack power for itself. Unfortunately, even if it were to do this, Ness has been able to take his own attacks and remain standing, so it would require several of these to take him out of the running, which would also take care of any pesky status effects that had been applied. That said, this is all assuming a very optimal situation for Red that is pretty unlikely to play out every single time. Red would have to lead with Espeon, use the exact right moves, pray that Ness doesn't target Red himself, and then there would maybe be a 40% chance of winning. Even in this totally ideal scenario, the best that Red is pulling here is a 2-5 win rate. It's also worth noting here that for Ness, beating up random enemies on the street without a moment's hesitation is just an average day for him. Whereas Red would probably have more of an issue directly attacking a little kid. It's not likely to make him refuse to act altogether, but any kind of hesitation would be working against him here. Outside of all of that, all Ness needs to do is land one attack once, and in doing so, the entire opposing team would be wiped out, which he potentially wouldn't even be able to hold back from doing. Ness was just too strong, too tanky, and too skilled for Red to be able to stand a chance. At the end of the day, Ness is the winner, and will be moving on to the next round of the Smash Bracket. Next time on the Smash
All right, who's next?
Alright. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
This is gonna be such a good battle.
I'm already
Battle
Team
of the
Little
Boss.
Wait. There's an after credit scene. Hold up. What is this?
Who's on the stars? Oh.
Oh, it's 3D now as well.
Oh well.
I think that's the wish spirit, right?
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
What's called little girl? What the hell?
What the fuck?
Sephiroth don't give no shits.
What did you do?
What?
Pathetic. In the end,
Oh my god.
all of you shall kneel. Whether you die now or later, has no importance to me. I wish you to show me who possesses true power.
Oh my god.
That was.
Wow.
She killed a child.
Oh my
Killed
god.
a child.
That
Oh.
was a good episode.
Oh my.
God.
I got chills from that.
Holy, what did the girl do?
Exist.
What?
You
Yeah,
think
we got
You think
beat.
Sephiroth needs a reason?
Oh, that's fair.
Oh my goodness, that was such an amazing episode. I think that I still think Link versus Ridley is my favorite episode, but like that I think that's in the top 3 now.
That was
Oh.
really well edited. It
Yeah.
changed like editing styles like 5 times too.
Oh my god, Smashback is just out here with banger after banger.
It's such an underrated video too. It only
I
has like
know.
what, like 27,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys deserve so much more. All right.
Yeah.
But that'll do for this reaction. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and remember to like, comment, subscribe to the original video as well. Like, as we just said, give Smash Racket some serious love. That they deserve all of it. And a big thanks to Zombie and Wilding for being here with me. It's nice to have people to react with. And just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
man.
a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do this again, guys. We'll have to definitely. But yeah. I think that takes care of everything. Original video will be in the description. With that in mind, I will see you all in the next video. See ya!